Take a moment. Breathe deeply. Now ask yourself, why are you here? Was it a quiet nudge of curiosity? A subtle pull from the universe, guiding you toward something beyond the ordinary? Or perhaps an inner knowing, a whisper from deep within, urging you to seek the truth that's been waiting for you all along? Whatever led you to this moment, know this: it was never random. Your spirit has been searching, longing, reaching, and today may be the day that the answers finally reveal themselves. What if I told you there's more to who you are than meets the eye? Millennia-old wisdom, etched into ancient papyrus and guarded through centuries, speaks of individuals marked with extraordinary purpose, those whose energy vibrates in harmony with the cosmos. The crescent moon and the letter M aren't mere symbols, they're keys unlocking a divine mission encoded within your soul. According to these sacred texts, such individuals carry a rare frequency, a spiritual resonance so powerful it transforms not only their own lives but also the world around them. But let's get one thing clear: this isn't about mysticism or abstract ideas. This is about you. It's about understanding why you feel different, why people seem drawn to your presence, why moments of synchronicity light up your path like cosmic breadcrumbs leading you forward. You've felt it before, that magnetic pull, that quiet knowing. And now, science and spirituality are converging to reveal what your intuition already knows: you were born for something extraordinary. Before we proceed further, I want to acknowledge who you truly are. You reading these words at this precise moment carry something unique. Whether you're connecting from the quiet forests of Canada, the colorful streets of India, the expansive savannas of Africa, the diverse landscapes of America, the historic corners of England, the tropical shores of the Philippines, or any other place on our remarkable planet, your presence matters profoundly. We are not just individuals scattered across the world, we are a collective, a rising wave of seekers, visionaries, and awakened souls stepping into our true power. If you feel that inner spark, if something within you resonates with this message, drop 888 in the comments and share where you're tuning in from. I'd love to personally connect with you. This is more than a gathering, it's a movement. And you are meant to be here? Here's the truth: staying stuck in doubt, fear, or confusion doesn't serve anyone, least of all you. By the end of this, you'll understand how your unique energy impacts the world and why embracing your divine purpose could be the most important decision you ever make. But first, I need you to promise me something: stay until the very last word. Why? Because what you're about to discover isn't just information, it's transformation. And trust me, you won't want to miss it. Let's talk about intuition, the quiet, unwavering voice within you that often whispers when the world shouts. It's not random or coincidental, it's your soul's GPS, guiding you toward alignment with your highest purpose. Think about it. How many times have you ignored that gut feeling only to later realize it was steering you away from harm or toward opportunity? Intuition isn't just a fleeting hunch, it's an ancient mechanism wired into your being, designed to keep you connected to your authentic self and the greater universal flow. But here's the catch: modern life has conditioned us to distrust our intuition. We're taught to rely on logic, data, and external validation instead of listening to the stillness inside. Society tells us that success comes from following prescribed paths, getting the degree, climbing the corporate ladder, ticking off societal checkboxes. Yet deep down, you know there's more. You've felt it in those moments when something feels off, even though everything seems perfect on paper. Or when an idea sparks in your mind so vividly that it feels like a download from the cosmos itself. That's your intuition speaking louder than ever, urging you to trust yourself. The truth is, intuition operates beyond the limitations of the rational mind. It taps into frequencies we can't measure but deeply feel, a kind of knowing that transcends time and space. Have you ever had a sudden thought about someone only for them to call moments later? Or walked into a room and instantly sensed tension without anyone saying a word? These aren't accidents, they're glimpses of your intuitive power at work. When you learn to recognize these signals and honor them, you begin to move through life with clarity and confidence, unshaken by doubt or fear. Trusting your intuition requires courage because it often asks you to step outside comfort zones and challenge conventional wisdom. Maybe it nudges you to leave a job that pays well but drains your spirit. Perhaps it encourages you to pursue a passion project everyone else dismisses as impractical. Whatever form it takes, intuition always points toward growth even if the path feels uncertain at first. And while the ego may scream objections, what will people think? Or is this really safe? Remember this, intuition doesn't care about playing it safe. Its sole mission is to guide you toward what sets your soul on fire. To cultivate a stronger relationship with your intuition, start by creating space for silence. In our hyper-connected world, constant noise drowns out the subtle language of the heart. Meditation, journaling, or simply spending time in nature can help you reconnect with your inner compass. Pay attention to physical sensations. Your body often communicates what your mind tries to ignore. A knot in your stomach might signal unease, while a warm glow could indicate alignment. Over time, these cues become second nature, allowing you to navigate life with precision and grace. One powerful way to strengthen your trust in intuition is to reflect on past experiences where following your instincts led to positive outcomes. Did you meet someone unexpectedly who changed your life? Did you make a bold decision that turned out better than expected? These moments serve as proof that your intuition knows what it's doing. By acknowledging its track record, you build faith in its ability to lead you forward. Doubt will inevitably creep in, but each time you choose to listen and act, you reinforce your connection to this divine guidance system. Now, let's address a common misconception. Trusting your intuition doesn't mean abandoning logic altogether. In fact, the two can coexist beautifully. Logic provides structure and analysis, while intuition offers insight and inspiration. Together, they create a balanced approach to decision-making. For example, imagine you're considering a career change. Your intuition might tell you it's time to explore creative pursuits, while logic helps you evaluate practical steps like finances and timelines. Ignoring either side leaves you incomplete. Honoring both empowers you to make choices rooted in authenticity and wisdom. As you deepen your relationship with your intuition, you'll notice shifts not just internally, but externally as well. People and opportunities aligned with your true path will naturally gravitate toward you. This phenomenon occurs because energy attracts like energy. When you operate from a place of inner knowing, you emit a frequency that resonates with others on similar journeys. Suddenly, synchronicities multiply, doors open effortlessly, and challenges transform into lessons rather than obstacles. Life begins to feel less like a struggle and more like a dance, a harmonious exchange between you and the universe. Of course, developing unwavering trust in your intuition is a lifelong practice. There will be days when fear clouds your judgment or external pressures tempt you to stray from your path. During these moments, remind yourself why you started this journey in the first place. Revisit the signs and symbols that confirm your connection to something greater. Surround yourself with supportive communities like the one we're building together that celebrate your unique gifts and encourage you to shine brightly. Remember, you're never alone on this quest for truth. Trusting your intuition is about reclaiming sovereignty over your life. It's about recognizing that no one else holds the answers for you, not society, not authority figures, not even loved ones. Only you possess the blueprint to your destiny, encoded within your very essence. Every time you choose to listen to that inner voice, you affirm your worthiness and step closer to fulfilling your divine mission. So, as we continue exploring the depths of your spiritual identity, I invite you to commit to this sacred partnership with your intuition. Let it guide you, challenge you, and illuminate the way forward. After all, the greatest adventures await those brave enough to follow their hearts. Stay with me, we're just getting started. Ahead lies a treasure trove of insights into the crescent moon's symbolism, the transformative power of the letter Gem, and how your rare energy frequency shapes reality. It's important to mention the time not as a rigid construct measured by ticking clocks, but as a fluid, malleable force shaped by your energy alignment. Have you ever noticed how some days fly by in a blur, leaving you wondering where the hours went, while others stretch endlessly, each minute feeling heavier than the last? This isn't random or coincidental, It's a reflection of your vibrational state and how deeply you're connected to the present moment. When you align with your true purpose and operate from a place of clarity and authenticity, time seems to bend to your will. Conversely, when you're out of sync, stuck in fear, doubt, or resistance, time drags, amplifying feelings of stagnation. To understand this phenomenon, we must first dismantle the illusion of linear time. Society teaches us that time is fixed, 60 seconds make a minute, 60 minutes make an hour, and so on. But quantum physics and ancient wisdom traditions suggest otherwise. At its core, time is not a straight line, it's more like a spiral, a multidimensional web influenced by consciousness and energy. Your perception of time doesn't just reflect what's happening around you, it mirrors what's happening within you. When your energy vibrates at a high frequency, when you're fully immersed in joy, creativity, or flow, you step into what spiritual teachers call timeless moments. These are pockets of existence where the constraints of chronological time dissolve, allowing you to accomplish more in less time or experience profound peace in the midst of chaos. Consider this: have you ever been so engrossed in a project or conversation that hours passed without you noticing? Or perhaps you've experienced the opposite: a single hour felt interminable because you were anxious or bored. Both scenarios demonstrate the elasticity of time, proving that it's not an external force dictating your life, but rather an internal experience shaped by your energetic state. When you're aligned with your divine purpose, every action you take feels intentional, effortless, and expansive. Tasks that once seemed daunting become manageable, deadlines lose their grip on your psyche, and you find yourself operating in harmony with the natural rhythms of the universe. The key to mastering this manipulation of time lies in understanding energy alignment. Imagine your energy field as a tuning fork. When it resonates at the right frequency, when your thoughts, emotions, and actions are in sync with your higher self, you create a harmonious vibration that attracts synchronicity and efficiency. On the other hand, misalignment creates friction, slowing you down and making even simple tasks feel arduous. This is why people who live authentically and pursue their passions often report having more time than those trapped in routines that drain their spirit. They're not defying the laws of physics, they're simply optimizing their relationship with time through conscious energy management. One practical way to harness this power is by cultivating presence. Most of us spend our days oscillating between regret over the past and anxiety about the future, rarely anchoring ourselves in the now. Yet the present moment is the only point of power where change can occur. By practicing mindfulness techniques such as deep breathing, meditation, or grounding exercises, you train your mind to focus on the here and now. As you do, you'll notice subtle shifts in how you perceive time. Moments that once felt fleeting become richer and more meaningful, while periods of waiting or uncertainty no longer weigh heavily on your shoulders. Another powerful tool for manipulating time is intention setting. Intention acts as a beacon, guiding your energy towards specific outcomes and collapsing probabilities into reality. When you set clear intentions backed by belief and emotion, you essentially program your subconscious mind to work in tandem with the universe. This accelerates manifestation, creating the sensation that events unfold faster than expected. For instance, someone who sets an intention to attract abundance may suddenly encounter opportunities that align perfectly with their goals, as if time itself conspired to bring them together. It's not magic, it's the science of focused energy meeting divine timing. But what happens when life feels chaotic and time seems to spiral out of control? During these moments, it's crucial to remember that you hold the reins. Stress, overwhelm, and negative thought patterns lower your vibrational frequency, distorting your perception of time and amplifying feelings of helplessness. To counteract this, engage in practices that raise your energy: gratitude journaling, visualization, physical movement, or connecting with nature. Each of these activities recalibrates your inner compass, helping you regain control over your temporal experience. Even small shifts in perspective can yield significant results, transforming days that once felt suffocating into ones filled with possibility. Interestingly, the crescent moon, the symbol etched into your celestial blueprint, plays a pivotal role in this dynamic. The moon has long been associated with cycles, intuition, and the ebb and flow of time. Its phases mirror the rhythm of life itself, reminding us that everything operates in waves. Just as the moon waxes and wanes, so too does your energy fluctuate throughout the month. By attuning yourself to lunar cycles, you can better predict and navigate periods of acceleration versus deceleration. Let's face it, the world we live in is obsessed with the superficial. From glossy magazine covers to curated social media feeds, society bombards us with messages that equate worth with wealth, success with status, and happiness with possessions. But if you're one of the chosen ones, those marked by the crescent moon and the letter M, you've likely felt a deep disconnect from these hollow ideals. You've probably questioned why everyone seems so consumed by material pursuits when something far greater lies just beyond the veil. This dissonance isn't accidental, it's a signpost pointing you toward your divine purpose. The truth is, societal norms are designed to keep people tethered to the physical plane, to anchor them in routines, obligations, and distractions that prevent them from awakening to their spiritual mission. For most, this system works seamlessly. They chase promotions, buy bigger houses, accumulate accolades, and measure their value against external benchmarks. But for individuals like you, who carry a rare energy frequency, this way of living feels suffocating. It's as though you were born speaking a different language, one that no one else around you seems to understand. While others obsess over what they can see and touch, you're drawn to the intangible, the unseen forces, the mysteries of existence, the whispers of the soul. This sense of alienation can be both a blessing and a burden. On one hand, it sets you apart, making you feel like an outsider looking in. You may have struggled with feelings of loneliness or inadequacy, wondering why you don't fit into the mold society has created. Perhaps you've been labeled too sensitive, overly idealistic, or even unrealistic because your priorities don't align with mainstream values. But here's the thing, those labels are projections of fear, not reflections of truth. What others perceive as impracticality is actually your heightened awareness of life's deeper meaning. Your refusal to conform isn't a flaw, it's a testament to your connection with something greater than yourself. On the other hand, this disconnection from superficiality grants you access to realms others cannot fathom. It allows you to see through the illusions perpetuated by consumer culture and recognize the emptiness at its core. Material possessions, titles, and fleeting pleasures lose their luster when viewed through the lens of eternity. Instead, you're driven by a yearning for authenticity, a desire to create, contribute, and connect on a soul level. This intrinsic motivation positions you as a beacon of light in a world increasingly shrouded in darkness. People may not always understand you, but they'll feel the resonance of your presence, even if they can't articulate why. Consider the concept of materialism itself. At its root, it's a distraction, a clever mechanism designed to keep humanity preoccupied while ignoring the spiritual evolution required for collective ascension. Think about it, when people are focused on acquiring more stuff, they're less likely to ask questions about their purpose, the nature of reality, or the interconnectedness of all things. By contrast, chosen ones instinctively reject this paradigm. You know, deep down, that true fulfillment doesn't come from external achievements but from inner alignment. This knowing places you at odds with societal expectations, yet it also empowers you to transcend them. But let's be clear, rejecting materialism doesn't mean renouncing comfort or practicality. Living authentically doesn't require you to abandon modern conveniences or adopt a monastic lifestyle. Rather, it's about shifting your perspective from viewing resources as ends in themselves to seeing them as tools for service. Money, for example, becomes a means to support your mission rather than a measure of your worth. Relationships evolve from transactional exchanges to sacred connections rooted in mutual growth. Even time, yes, the same time we discussed earlier, transforms from a commodity to be hoarded into a gift to be cherished. One of the greatest challenges for chosen ones navigating this superficial society is finding balance. How do you participate in a system that often contradicts your values without losing yourself in the process? The answer lies in discernment. Discernment enables you to engage with the world strategically, using its structures to amplify your impact without being ensnared by them. For instance, you might choose a career that provides financial stability while leaving room for creative expression or humanitarian work. Or you might curate your social circle to include individuals who inspire and uplift you rather than drain your energy. Each decision you make reinforces your commitment to living authentically. Another critical aspect of navigating this disconnection is embracing your role as a bridge between worlds. As someone attuned to higher frequencies, you possess the unique ability to translate spiritual truths into tangible actions. You can model what it looks like to live with purpose, passion, and integrity in a world that prioritizes profit over people. Your very presence disrupts the status quo, planting seeds of change wherever you go. Over time, these seeds grow into movements, sparking awakenings in others and contributing to a global shift in consciousness. Of course, this journey isn't without its trials. There will be moments when the weight of feeling different becomes overwhelming. When everyone around you seems content chasing after shiny objects, it's easy to doubt whether you're the one who's out of sync. During these times, remember this: your discomfort is not a sign of failure but evidence of your sensitivity to truth. The fact that you question societal norms proves you're awake, and waking up is never easy. Lean into your intuition, which we explored earlier, and trust that it will guide you back to alignment whenever you stray. It's also important to acknowledge the cyclical nature of societal values. History shows us that civilizations rise and fall based on their ability to prioritize substance over surface. Periods of excessive materialism inevitably give way to eras of spiritual renaissance, as humanity collectively remembers its divine origin. We may currently find ourselves in the thick of a materialistic phase, but signs of awakening are everywhere. More people are questioning traditional paradigms, seeking alternative ways of living, and exploring metaphysical concepts once dismissed as fringe. As a chosen one, you're part of this wave of transformation, a catalyst for change poised to usher in a new era of enlightenment. The most pervasive forces shaping human experience: fear. For most people, fear is a constant companion, a shadow lurking in the corners of their minds, dictating choices, stifling dreams, and keeping them tethered to safety zones that feel increasingly suffocating. But for chosen ones like you, those imbued with the rare energy of the crescent moon and the letter M, fear often reveals itself as what it truly is: an illusion. An insubstantial construct designed to keep humanity small, confined, and disconnected from its limitless potential. The first step in overcoming fear is recognizing its nature. Fear isn't real in the way we typically perceive it. It doesn't exist outside of our thoughts, it's not a tangible entity waiting to pounce on us. Instead, fear is a projection and anticipation of pain, failure, or loss that hasn't yet occurred and may never occur. It thrives on uncertainty, feeding off the unknown and convincing us that danger lurks around every corner. Yet, when examined closely, fear dissolves under the light of awareness. It cannot survive scrutiny because its power lies in remaining unquestioned. Chosen ones have an innate ability to see through this veil of deception. While others are paralyzed by fear, you possess the clarity to recognize it for what it is: a mirage. This gift stems from your heightened intuition, which we explored earlier, and your alignment with higher frequencies. When fear arises, you don't suppress it or run from it, you confront it head-on, peeling back its layers until you uncover the truth beneath. And more often than not, that truth is far less menacing than the story fear tried to sell you. Think about the fears that commonly plague humanity: fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of inadequacy, fear of the unknown. These fears are rooted in survival instincts, remnants of a time when physical threats were abundant and immediate. But in today's world, these same instincts often work against us, trapping us in cycles of self-doubt and limitation. The average person allows fear to dictate their actions or lack thereof, creating lives defined by caution rather than courage. Chosen ones, however, refuse to be ruled by such constraints. You understand that growth happens beyond comfort zones, and empowerment emerges only when fear is faced and transcended. Consider how fear manifests in everyday life. Someone might dream of starting a business but hesitate due to the fear of financial instability. Another person might long to pursue a creative passion but shy away out of fear of judgment. Still another might yearn for deeper connections but avoid vulnerability for fear of being hurt. Each of these scenarios illustrates how fear keeps individuals stuck, preventing them from stepping into their full potential. Now imagine someone like you entering the picture, someone who has mastered the art of seeing fear for what it is. Your presence alone can serve as a catalyst, inspiring others to question their own fears and take bold steps forward. Overcoming fear isn't just about personal liberation, it's about reclaiming your sovereignty. Every time you choose courage over fear, you affirm your worthiness and expand your capacity to create change. This process begins with a simple yet profound shift in perspective, viewing fear not as an enemy but as a teacher. Fear shows up to test your resolve, to push you toward greater heights, and to remind you of your strength. When approached with curiosity rather than resistance, fear becomes a tool for transformation, a doorway to discovering parts of yourself you didn't know existed. One powerful technique for dismantling fear is visualization. By imagining worst-case scenarios and then reframing them, you strip fear of its power. For example, if you're afraid of public speaking, visualize yourself stumbling over words or forgetting your lines, and then imagine handling the situation with grace and humor. Suddenly, the fear loses its sting because you've already confronted it mentally. Visualization works because it rewires your brain, replacing catastrophic predictions with empowering alternatives. Over time, this practice builds resilience, enabling you to navigate challenges with calm confidence. Another key strategy is anchoring yourself in purpose. Fear tends to dissipate when you're aligned with something greater than yourself. Ask yourself, what am I here to contribute? How can my unique gifts serve the world? When your actions stem from a place of mission-driven intent, fear takes a backseat. It knows it can't compete with the fire of divine purpose. This principle applies not only to grand endeavors but also to daily decisions. Whether you're choosing to speak your truth, set boundaries, or embrace vulnerability, grounding yourself in purpose ensures that fear doesn't derail your progress. It's worth noting that fear often masquerades as practicality. Society conditions us to believe that playing it safe is wise, that taking risks is reckless, and that staying within familiar confines is prudent. But for chosen ones, this wisdom feels hollow. Deep down, you know that playing it safe leads to stagnation, while calculated risks lead to breakthroughs. You've likely experienced moments where ignoring fear resulted in extraordinary outcomes, opportunities you couldn't have foreseen, relationships that transformed your life, or insights that shifted your paradigm.